EA Sports and the RNA are proud to present second round coverage of the Open Championship. Well, this golf course goes back a long ways, to 1878, in fact. We're at Royal Troon Golf Club in Scotland. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, where are some of the scoring opportunities out here?
Well, normally when the Open Championships played, the breeze comes out of the sort of northwest, which means those first few holes are played down breeze and then the closing stretch is played into the breeze. So really you sort of make your hay on the way out and then you hang on for dear life on the way in. That doesn't really change because you have some rather short par fours to start. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that
easy. This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have it down breeze and you just watch it stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that. Rich, I remember back in 1997 playing alongside Tiger Woods in the third round. Do you know what he shot that day?
It was low. It was a great round, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the lowest round he's ever shot in the Open Championship. 64 to be precise. Justin Leonard went on to win the Open Championship that year.
Played that one on the commercial side, as they say in the professional game, inside 30 feet.
Yeah, 27 feet to be precise, but to make it from there, that's asking for a bit.
Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And this would be nice. 2 straight birdies. Player knows they're on the move with that birdie. Quick glance at the leaderboard. They can see, Frank, they're not out of it.
Things are very volatile right now.
Moving inland now, Frank, the par 4 7th hole. Do you even think about carrying those bunkers on the right?
Not really, Rich. You're trying to work that ball off the left side because if you get caught up on the hills there on the right, then all of a sudden you can start making 5s, 6s, and all sorts of weird and wonderful numbers.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions, but once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Frank, that birdie will help the cause. And what happened here in 1973?
The old squire, Gene Sarazen himself, made an ace.
He was 71 years old playing his final Open. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen. Should be safely on deck.
Well, he gave us a demonstration today why he's one of the best in the sport. Every green hit regulation. Has it now to 7 under for the tournament. Frank, the 9th hole, 423 yards, not especially long by today's standards. You looking to make birdie here? You happy to make a par and move on to the back 9?
Well, there's certainly a chance for birdie. One of the hardest things about the 9th is the raised green. And it's sort of, there's 2 tiers here, just the top level. If that pin is on the top level, then you would certainly walk away with 4 very happily.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle. Second shot, good look at the green. That will be a great look at birdie. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Oh, I thought he had that. Man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
Still some time. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going? Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, We'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that hole location. This is a good-looking shot. What a display of shot-making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
And with that, birdie moves into a tie for the lead.
We've got ourselves a battle right now, Rich.
Hole number 11 is called Railway. Frank, it looks as though it should be called Gorse because that's about all I see on this first shot.
Without doubt, the toughest tee shot you're going to face at Royal Troon. This is hit the fairway or start racking up a big score.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
This could be a good one. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
EA Sports and the RNA are proud to present third round coverage of the Open Championship. Players still fighting the strong winds out there today.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
And he's made it onto the green now. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. All right, Frank, how about the 6th hole, long par 5?
Yeah, 3 bunkers off the tee. Avoid those. But if you hit a good one, certainly reachable. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag.
Second shot.
Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. Settles in over the putt. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Frank, we're moving inland now. And what are we facing here at this par 4 7th hole?
Just a dog leg to the right. Ideally, just a little cut off the tee.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, Yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. That was not a very good read right there. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Back to the action here as we get ready to tee off at the par 3 8th.
Yeah, 5 bunkers surround this green that's perched up. The 2 really to avoid, they're on the right side. They're incredibly deep pot bunkers.
This has really been impressive. Started off slowly, just didn't have a whole lot, but kind of hung in there, fought when it wasn't going their way, and now here they are with a few birdies, really playing well at the closing stretch. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Ready to go here at the 9th at Royal Troon Golf Club. 423 yards. What are you looking to do with this one, Frank?
Well, it's another one that's a dogleg left. It's called the Monk, actually, because it faces the village of Monktown. 1 bunker on the left, 285 yards to carry that, but it's not that you're trying to carry it. She's trying to cut the ball off that.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
He has a birdie opportunity here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
EA Sports and the RNA are proud to present final round coverage of the 144th Open Championship. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Early part of his back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle. Even par, currently.
Has his par. Frank, what happened to Jack Nicklaus here at the 11th hole back in 1962?
Yeah, that was his rookie year. He was actually looking at making 2 majors in a row. He just won the US Open. Came to the 10th hole, and, well, he made one more than 10. 11 to be precise, so you never know. If you make a 5 or a 6, that's not so bad when you consider what happened to Jack Nicklaus all the way back in 1962.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot, good look at the green.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Back here on the bonny shores of Scotland at Royal Troon Golf Club with just a wee breeze, as they say over here, Frank. On the tee at the 12th.
Yeah, hole that bends to the right, gorse right and left. There's a bit of a mound and rough down the right side that has to be avoided.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Necklace over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. This is a good-looking shot. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Continues to roll it very well all day long. And now the tee shot here at the 472-yard par 4 13th.
A hole that bends to the right, ideally hit it down the left side, and then you're playing to a raised. Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power, though? Happiness is a long, 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 long walk after that one.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Stuffed that one in there just inside of 5 feet. Well done. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Great shot to get the birdie. On the tee here at 14, it's another par 3, Frank.
You don't get caught looking at the front of the green. That's where it's at its most narrow. Ideally, something that pitches just into the top of that mound.
Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand 5 feet from Tiger Woods at a tee box as he's getting ready to drive. I mean, that's really unusual in sports.
Yeah, it's a different type of spectator sport, especially if you follow your favorite player all the way around the golf course. Because it's not like waiting for your favorite hitter in a baseball game. You know, you've got to wait several innings. You can literally see him hit every single shot, drive through the putt.
Frank, now at the 15th, and how hard is this par 4?
The key really is to get the ball on the fairway here. Avoid those 3 bunkers, because this is one of the flattest greens on the golf course. Get the ball on the green here. Any putt's makeable. Ball just took off the face. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard. This looks like it's going to find the target.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now the lone par 5 on the back 9, the 16th, and while you might be thinking birdie here, you may want to think again. What are the options off the tee, Frank?
Well, really, there's only one option, and that's keep it short of that burn, which is 280 yards. So that makes that 540 yards, that much longer.
Frank, such an advantage when you can hit that far.
It's not fair. Second shot.
And they're close, about 8 feet from the cup. This from 7 feet.
Just making a mockery of the field now. Another eagle.
Frank, now to the hole they call Rabbit, 222-yard par 3.
I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is certainly some tough par 3. Green sits up a little bit. There's a big roll-off on the left side, well bunkered. This takes a brilliant long iron shot just to keep it on the green.
Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Mark that as a birdie on the card. Frank, now the final hole here at Royal Troon, and when you think about the legends who have made the walk toward the clubhouse and the claret jug, it really does give you a sense of where you're at. How about Arnold Palmer, Bobby Locke, Tom Watson, Tom Weiskopf? They've all made the walk on this final hole to the claret jug.
And they've all hit great tee shots, and that's really what you need here. There's a bunker for just about every distance you hit the ball. So there's 3 down the left. There's no other way around it but avoiding them. And there's 1 down the right if you try and play it too safe.
Oh, come on. That's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350-plus yards. Frank, this is a hole, number 18, where you don't want to be in a hurry to get to the clubhouse.
Yeah, there's out of bounds just off the back of the screen, so you might want to keep that in the back of your mind. Don't go long.
Yeah, OB is just steps from the clubhouse.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie to win the Open Championship. Continues to putt beautifully. That has to feel so good. A big championship victory. This is EA PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live opening round coverage of the California Classic. A lot of great golf early on. Let's get you out to the action at the 5th. Frank, when you get out of the gates, as our featured golfer has done, with a lot of pars, steady play, what's the mindset?
You've got to keep doing that, Rich. Just maybe get a little closer to the hole, drive a little bit better. Work. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. And that ball is absolutely scorched. Just hit a seed out there.
Ooh, that is long.
This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have a down breeze and you just watch it stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that.
Frank, the skins game was played at PGA West, the stadium course, many years ago. 1987, Lee Trevino did something that really stood out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, to make a hole-in-one anywhere is obviously something to be remembered. But when you do it on TV, national TV, and on a hole like 17, Alcatraz, all the way across the water, everybody complained about how hard the golf course was, and Trevino gives it that little bang, little cut, bang, in it goes, one. Trevino could play any golf course, no matter how hard it was.
It was a one that was worth 175,000, $175,000. That won him the carryover skin in the skins game. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Locked in on the read and the speed. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Frank, the 7th is a short par 4, 346 yards. So I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because you have water on the right, and if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down, 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Frank, all of a sudden, another player to factor in on this leaderboard.
Yeah, and things are starting to tighten up right now. We'll see where the next move comes from.
Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a three-shotter like it is for everybody else.
That is an absolute seed. I mean, he just ripped a bullet down the fairway. Oh my goodness, 375 yards. This one's looking good. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Frank, sometimes it takes a bold stroke to win a tournament. Get back into it, and that's what we just saw.
Birdies make a move. Eagle, especially right now, could not have picked a better time.
Frank, the ninth hole at 452 yards. That water down the right is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards, then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at the song, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So PGA will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward.
He moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have?
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through, but it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check short. Is there anything I have to carry? And even remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. It's second round coverage of the California Classic. And now we go down to the action at the first. Stepping up to the first tee for this second round, Frank, what's the mindset, do you think?
Has to be, hopefully, like yesterday, where they played extremely well. If we get another carbon copy of that, we're in for some real delight. This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Well, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck. Be safely on deck.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Bang for another birdie. 8 under par for the tournament. Frank, this is a nice looking hole. Not long, only 371 yards. But challenging in its own way.
It is challenging. The best approach here really is a conservative tee shot to set up an aggressive second. Annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. I'm very impressed.
Frank, players had hybrids. Some had irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. Time to get the big stick out here on third.
It certainly is. The third hole you play here, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole appears straightish off the tee, but well bunkered down the left, which makes you push that tee shot a little to the right.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. All right, Frank, what do you think of this second shot here at the third?
Player gets a big opportunity here. Even though this green is 35 yards deep, it just angles away to the left side. As long as you don't leave the ball out that right side, there's a good chance for a birdie here at 3.
This is a good-looking shot. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Par yesterday, now for birdie.
Do that.
Now to the fourth, 192 yards and a pretty tough hole location here today. Birdie try up next. Frank going for another birdie here.
just to get on a real roll.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Getting set now over the putt. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage.
Today it's live third round coverage of the California Classic.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Get down, lay down. Just averted danger right there, so close.
Why does he have all the luck? It's that sneaky distance. Just making a mockery of the field now. Another eagle.
Frank, P. Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. You know, that's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, Pete Dye gives you a different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you've got the widest fairway. Then you've got the longest second shot. Get a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off?
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. In the hole, and a birdie. Now at the par 3 13th, and Frank, in some ways this is vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. His use of wooden bulkheads, plus the fact that he gives you that diminishing line. The further you go back into this green, you realize it's a larger carry. It just sort of reeks of something that's hit to the front mid-right of this green.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That will be a great look at birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, what's the best way to make three here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's two definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
Coverage coming is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live final round coverage of the California Classic.
Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut. Not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If he can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Now the par 5 16th, dog leg, and it's at 600 yards, so a little bit of an advantage to the big bomber, Frank.
Yeah, they can almost take a big chunk out of this hole by going down the left side. If you can take that bunker out of play, and that's a big hit to get past that, then all of a sudden, he's gone for a little extra.
Wow, what impact. Absolutely crushed it. Beautiful rhythmic swing right there, and right down Peachtree. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Big swing right there, and a great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. And no problems there.
And it keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Well, we've arrived at Alcatraz, the signature hole here at PGA West. Well, Frank, the most famous island green obviously is TPC Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, Pete Dye's creation. People forget this is also an island green here in the California desert.
And it's called Alcatraz, and I've never heard of anyone trying to break into Alcatraz.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today.
Oh, another one goes in.
Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You're allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Go ahead and do that for birdie. Just a great putt and a great win.